Hey guys, it's Smurfs. Welcome back to Harpies in the Trees, where I review horror books with a supernatural focus. Vlog edition. So today we are back in my favorite cemetery. It's kind of like the newer section of the library, the cemetery, but it's really beautiful and peaceful. And because it is so hot today, there's not a lot of people. But in the shade, it's really, really, really nice. There's a school next to us. We might hear some children laughing, screaming, but they are alive children. What we're gonna do at this time in the cemetery today, it is 5:30 and the cemetery closes at 8, but and it's really bright outside until 10. But I think we're just gonna be here for couple hours, and the program is to do some reading on these bad boys. Now, I am really excited about both of these books, and I did start reading this one, and as you can tell where I'm at, I am almost done with this. This has been a really awesome, fun binge for me. I had to stop so that I would have something for the vlog. And Maggies Grave, which came in an abominable box, I believe. The Remaking came in a creepy crate box, actually. So we have two stories here where there are themes of witchcraft, and this has a lot of cemetery scenes in it, which I really enjoy. So this story is about an urban legend that inspires this young kid to become a filmmaker, to tell the story of this urban legend, the origin story. And it's just something that has made him feel like he's the one who needs to tell this story, and he's going to do everything in his power to do so. He finds the perfect child actress to play Jessica, who is one of the supposed witches in the urban legend, and everything goes wrong on this film set that can go wrong. Then we get to fast forward 20-30 years, and we get to meet up with Jessica and to see what impact this has on her life and how this is calling her back. I like horror movies, so there is some fun in being on a film set and shooting a horror movie and like something going wrong, right? Like we love those cursed set type stories. One of the other components of the story, which is on the synopsis, so it's not a spoiler, is that Jessica, or the woman who portrays Jessica, hires a private detective of some sort or something like that, and I'm wondering for what. You know, I'm just like dying to know why that is and what that is. I'm in part 3, and I think that starts kind of playing out in part 4. So, but we're gonna get there today, so that's gonna be really, really exciting. So I'm on page 201. I'm gonna go ahead and read, let's say, up into part 4. That'll be a good place to stop. So in these last 3 chapters, we're like on set. We are filming this movie again, which was already filmed in the 70s, and it's called I Know What You Did on Jessica's Grave. So another one of my like little passions, I guess, is old Hollywood. I love old Hollywood. I was just always fascinated with it since I was a kid. So I always loved hearing about behind the scenes stuff, you know, or the movie magic kind of stuff, and also to the, you know, the private lives, the unknown lives of the directors and the actors and actresses. I always found that to be really fascinating because they were usually the exact opposite of whatever they're portrayed as in the tabloids or in media. But I feel like working with creative people is a challenge in itself, so I can't imagine like working on a set with so many creative people, so many egos, so many ideas about how a story wants to be told, and also how everyone has their own specific idea about how a story should be told. One of the cool things about the Remaking is it kind of talks about this. It talks about how directors, when they have a passion project, how they kind of always feel like they're the one to tell a story, and how actors and actresses can kind of feel like they're the one to play this character as well. So there's like these feelings of fate. So now getting into the next part, we're already going a couple of decades ahead. So now I wonder what the next section is going to be. If it's going to be another version of this film that's going to get made, or if they're going to really kind of talk about and handle some issues and things that were happening in this last section. So my feelings for this story are really good. I feel like the only way I'm not going to be happy with it is if the ending is bullshit or something. But I feel like it's not going to do that just because of the way that it's handling itself right now. So Maggies Grave, I believe, is a story about revenge in a very small town of very few people. They only have one claim to fame, and it's like this grave of a supposed witch. And I think based on the synopsis, it sounds like the dead are coming back to finish some business. Because I don't usually read like full reviews on books that I'm going to read because I sort of want to experience it a little bit cold, So I'm interested today in reading a couple of chapters to see what this is feeling like and what it's hinting at in the beginning. So let's go ahead and read some chapters of Maggie's Grave and see what this feels like. Okay, so it's 7, and I'm wondering if it closes a little early today because I didn't check, so I'm gonna head out. But I did read the first chapter of Maggie's Grave, and wow, that is an intense opener. I feel so much for Maggie, and it begins with there is a group of men who are claiming that this woman Maggie is a witch, and they decide to kill her for it, and she leaves them a curse before she goes into the dark realm, I guess you could say. And so the scene's pretty intense. Those type of scenes always make me kind of mad because we know that things like that happened. Men using the accusation of superstition or basically many things to kill women. So it's always heartbreaking and difficult to read. But she left them with a little gift. I'm very looking forward to where that's going. So I'm gonna head home now, and let's take a walk back. So it's Saturday. It is a little bit cooler, not much, a little bit, but I mean, you really can't feel it. So I'm gonna stay indoors today and just read a little bit. Just kind of finish up this vlog with some stuff. As you know, I've been doing these like 1-minute short story reviews, and I post them on TikTok and then I compile them for YouTube. But I have decided to DNF Growing Things by Paul Tremblay because I'm really not enjoying it. There was only one story that I enjoyed out of the ones that I've read so far, and I was starting to read another one the other day, and I was like, I I'm not into this. So then I went to another story and I was like, I'm not into this one either. So I just decided to go ahead and DNF it. It really is the weakest one of the group anyway, in my opinion. So I'm gonna replace it with this one. This is Best in New Horror. And I got this in an Abominable box, and I read one so far and it was pretty interesting. I liked it, so I think I'm definitely gonna feel good about switching that one out for this one. So when you don't see any more growing things popping up, that's why. So I'm gonna get comfy and do some reading. So I'm up to chapter 7 now, so I'm 44 pages in. Chapters are pretty short. I love that. It just feels good. And so now what's kind of happening is we're getting to meet the people of this town, Mcleod, and it's a little tiny town that is just dying, and it's been dying for a while. There's like 75 people left and there's only 4 teenagers in the town. And we're getting to know these 4 teenagers, and through their nightly, like they all kind of get together and go to a bar every night. So through these like nightly get-togethers, we're getting to know about the town. We're getting to know that there's something kind of off here, and it's good. It's very good. I definitely like, I enjoy, there's a lot of dialogue. I really enjoy the dialogue and the conversations between the teenagers and their parents, and between, you know, themselves. The town has a very cool, creepy, atmospheric thing going on. It's a lot of rundown, abandoned homes that are left over from when people had left. So the town is just this decaying, you know, relic basically. So it has a lot of cool things. So I'm very excited. I think this is going to be another bingey read. And you know, I don't really read a lot of books about witches. It's just not something that I tend to read a lot about, because I think oftentimes the witches sort of come off as like, I don't know, like not necessarily witchy, but like maybe just like really sexy or sexual, sensual, stuff like that. Not so much actual witchy stuff going on, you know? So I am really happy about these 2 books, because they are 2 witch books, and the only other witch book I have read is a novella. So this is gonna be a pretty big addition to my library of the witch genre. So I think I want to do a little bit more reading, because I'm very, it has a really good pace, and it's moving pretty quickly, and there are things already happening, and there's hints of things, so it's getting exciting. So I think I want to read a little bit more of this, but first I want to make some iced coffee, because I think I need a little bit of a pick-me-up. Okay, so I did get a little bit further with Maggie's Grave, but I do have a headache and I'm just kind of not feeling good. So I think I'm just gonna end this reading here. I haven't actually been feeling too well the last couple of weeks, and I have seen a doctor. Hopefully I'll start feeling, you know, normal and better soon. That would be good. And the rest of the week, or in this weekend, I'm going to be finishing this up, which will be pretty fast, and then probably blowing through this one pretty quickly. So, you know, it's looking good. It's looking good. I'm feeling really, really good about these 2. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today on my reading vlog. I'm really enjoying doing these things, so I'm glad that you guys like them too. If you liked this video, please like and comment down below. That would be awesome. Other than that, please take care of yourselves, look out for each other, and I will talk to you next time.